So I don't know. That seems...
No, and then one of the
silly.
things, so then she didn't go to the hospital. They were like trying to get her to go to the hospital because they were like, you had the same lunch. Because first, for the longest time, she was like, well, this is where I bought the mushrooms from. And so they were thinking maybe there was something wrong with the mushrooms. They were trying to do like a legitimate like grocery store thing. And then, but she like refused to go to the hospital for like several times. And then she was trying to say like, well, I was feeling sick, but I wasn't feeling as sick as everyone else. I did when I was taking my son to his like thing. I had to pull over and relieve myself on the side of the road. And then they asked her son, and he was like, "No, she didn't."
Golly,
not even your son having your back.
No, her kids. No, both of her children testified against her.
Oh yeah, no, they're trying to get up out there. No, she's not. She's not safe. Yeah, clearly.
Okay.
No. And then she said something. So like then she's like, they're like, what to do with the leftovers? And she was like, oh, I gave some to my kids, but I scraped the mushrooms off before I gave it to them. And they were like, first off, if you fed something, you heard they had gone to the hospital, why did you give it to your kids? And that's how they figured out that she had specifically made some of the beef Wellingtons differently and how she had deliberately kept them apart and all this other stuff. And straight up, they were like, why? They were like, why did you throw away all of your dishes? All of your dishes. And she straight up was like, I was just afraid I was going to be blamed for something that wasn't my fault. And it's like...
So you took... What?
Everything. All her spoons, all her bowls, everything.
So you just eating straight from the pot.
Also the stuff that like would prove your innocence.
Right.
Just like test your plates. They're looking good. You're probably not it.
Anyway, that trial ended this week. So I'm waiting
ended
to hear.
Already?
Oh yeah, it was like going on. The trial went on for like 3-4 weeks.
Holy.
And
have
it's
they
over
come
now.
out with the verdict?
No. We're still waiting for the verdict.
I mean, we know.
I mean,
we know. It would be crazy if she went home.
She's not going home.
She's not going home. She's going somewhere, but she's not going home.
My question is, why did she go and order lunch? Wasn't she full from the beef Wellington?
No, this was before. This is when she was planning
stage.
This was when she was Googling where to get the death cap mushrooms. And while she was Googling mushrooms, she was like, I'm feeling a little peckish. Let me just order dinner. With my full name and address.
Full name. Yeah.
Full biblical name.
Making whole life choices.
Can y'all hear someone cutting their grass? Outside?
No.
Oh, that's good, because I don't want to close the window, because it's real nice.
You guys have grass there?
We have a little grass. Well, I don't have grass right now. I have a lot of weeds and wildflowers, but that's fine. But you know what we don't have? AC. And it is pretty hot.
Pretty hot.
Pretty hot.
What's the humidity like over there?
Yeah.
Actually, today's actually not that bad. Today's actually all right. Today's pretty good, but I do have to keep the window open because
or as they call it, humidity.
Humidity, innit?
Humidity.
It's smoggy. It's smoggy.
I feel like they say the H's more than we do.
Humidity? No. It depends if you're posh or not.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Let's see what the humidity is at for us today.
Oh, they do say their H's actually, because they say herb, which is just weird.
Herb.
What's the humidity at, Q?
Herb.
62.
Nice.
Ugh.
I hate that for you.
I do. And it's 88.
Ugh.
Yeah. 88 feels like 96, baby.
Wow, I don't miss that at all.
82%, baby.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm at 59.
Humidity. That's nice. That's pretty cool.
That's high.
That metric or
You good?
The face Raph made right there.
Is Raph frozen? I don't know.
blue screen? You need a second to reboot?
I did for a second wonder.
I feel like that was a red screen. They just saw red. You motherfucker. What?
They just heard the Kill Bill sirens for a minute.
Well, it wouldn't be class reunion if you didn't make fun of the British. So
That's true.
it is true. Hey, what's on your wall? Rafa, I don't know if I've noticed you have all
Yeah,
of this.
I worked on my office today. You're talking about back here?
Yeah.
You talking about my JoJo's tarot card wall?
Yeah, I'm talking about your JoJo's tarot card wall.
That's
It goes
incredible.
all the way up.
Those are some
that's
big tarot
wild.
cards.
They are big. I got them over a year ago and didn't know how to organize them. And now
Oh,
here
yeah,
they
You
are.
got it.
It looks great.
Yeah, big ass tarot card. So tell me a number and I'll tell you what you get.
32.
Mm,
19.
that's not a number. 19, I can show you. I have to take a picture of it.
They're only 22. Well,
Okay,
Yeah.
well. That wasn't enough. I was only
And
off by
then
10.
this set starts at 0. I don't know if that's normal. That's 19. Okay. Next.
My birth cards are Death and the Emperor.
I can show you those. The Emperor is real good. Actually,
They're
Death
birth
in this
cards?
one is real good
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Where's Death? That's
How do you know what your
cool.
birth cards are?
You have to do math based on your birthday.
Yeah.
This is something we
Oh,
can
I forgot
find
to
out.
blur my background. That's why y'all can see it. My bad.
Calculate your personal tarot birth cards.
Sorry, chat.
Hi, chat. It's Saturday. How are we all doing?
It's fine. They know what the deal is.
we'll
They
get
know
to
how
it.
this
Just
works.
say, look, it's just Saturday morning
Don't
cartoons.
worry.
Don't
Chat,
worry.
join in on the fun. Wait, actually, let me unblur so y'all can see Pepita.
Yeah.
Just like your-
She's here.
Pepita.
Pepita.
She's here to be a menace.
She's been around a lot.
Oh no, Raph, she's
she-
covered by Max's
I know.
name.
Hold on.
Oh, big yawn.
yawn.
Oh my god, we're blessed. The High
Oh.
Priestess and Judgment.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Thanks. Holy shit, that looks so bad.
I thought you were really excited about my cards. I realized there was this Pepita breathed on you.
I was gonna be like, oh my will. Wait, what did you say? The priestess? Ooh,
The High Priestess
wait,
and Judgment are my
Judgment?
birth cards.
where's Judgment? Judgment's cool. High priestess is covered up by some anime people, but I'll show it to you anyway. And Judgment, where'd you go, Judgment? What number is Judgment?
Joe Judgment.
Oh,
Joe,
20th. Okay, here we go.
Joe Judgment.
Joe Judgment. I don't remember mine, but hold on, I'll send them. I'll put them in the no context. You know how it is.
Oh, you're putting them? Yeah, let me plug the Discord if you want to see what our birth cards look like in the JoJo Tarot set.
Well,
Yeah,
I
join
did
that
Q's
Discord,
favorite
baby.
number. I didn't do Q's birth card.
Oh, but Ralph, do mine. Do mine.
Okay.
Mine are the devil and the lovers.
Ooh, those are two good ones. Okay,
What,
the
would
devil.
you say yours were, Will?
I will
The
say
High
the lovers
Priestess
has
and
titties on
Judgment.
it, just as a warning. There's a lot of titties back here, by the way, so just be aware.
Hell yeah. I mean, okay, so I'm going to check another thing because I got the same thing as you. And
The
that-
math
have
has
the
a lot of
same birthday?
combos. Yeah, the math combos out.
Oh,
Yeah.
What
you're
were you
putting
again?
these- Oh no, wait, that's
You were the
Q's
sun
desk.
and the emperor? No, you were
No.
the emperor and
I'm Death and the Emperor.
death and the emperor. Okay, death and the emperor. Boom. And then Will, you were the high priestess, which is a little covered up. Sorry.
I
And
mean, I've
That's
gone
okay.
to two different ones now. It's the High Priestess and Judgment.
well, you
Okay.
can have the same.
Mathematics.
Hold on, Will and Q.
Wield.
Oh, Judgment is cool.
Wield.
I like Judgment.
Yeah, Judgment's fun. And then JD is Death and the Lovers. Oh,
Devil. Devil and
Devil
lovers.
and Lovers. Still Devil. I got it right. Don't worry. Oh yeah, I forgot the Lovers has titties on it. Sorry. Should I edit that? Hold on. Maybe I'll
Get in that Discord real fast.
get in that
if you
Discord.
wanna
Look at
see.
them titties. Oh, I can't edit it. Sorry if someone doesn't want to see cartoon tits.
I think it's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. worse things have
They're
been
not
posted in the
really
LTA
realistic.
Discord.
That's so true, Bestie.
They're not
Like
the
the
most
car?
realistic, to be fair. Like the car.
Like what?
I've seen worse cars.
Yeah, the car's pretty bad. I won't lie.
All right,
I've also
she's
seen worse
gone.
cars. The worst car to date was a Cybertruck that had a black wrap with green flames and a
No.
picture of Shigo from Kim Possible on the side.
Absolutely
And then
not.
it said Predator
No.
in like slash letters.
Nope.
And that's
On
the
that
worst
note.
car I've ever seen.
On that fucking note.
What utter horse shit. Sorry, I said that
Or
out
did they
loud.
get arrested?
They should have. Straight to jail.
They should have.
Straight
They
to
should have gone to
jail.
jail. It's illegal to drive that car,
Straight to
actually.
jail.
I mean, it might be eventually. We'll see. We'll see if
We can only hope.
we'll see if the girls keep fighting.
I'm against the car girl state, but some people should be in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
All right. Well, hello everyone.
Anyway.
Still not the longest we've gone before actually starting this game.
No, this
not
is
by a
actually
long shot.
relatively short, I think.
It is. Yeah. It was like
Yeah.
10 minutes ish. And
Yeah.
we've definitely gone for like 20 before.
We got a lot to say.
Got a
A
lot
lot
to
of
say.
catching up to do.
It's a Saturday
a lot
morning,
to say.
you know? We're just easy breezy. Hello, welcome. We're live from the apocalypse. If you've never caught us before, we're live from the Apocalypse channel.
Doing great.
Good job. Good job.
Keep it up.
Incredible.
I never think I'm
Hang
gonna
in
be
there.
like, I'm like 11 a.m. I'll have been up for like 4 hours by that point. I won't be tired. And every Saturday.
Silly.
Every Saturday. Hello, welcome. We're live from the box. If you've never caught us before, we're a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations. We're currently raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. Things are bad, everybody. Things are still bad all over the place, but especially still over in occupied Palestine. And so we ask that if you like what you see here, instead of doing the normal Twitch TV things of subscribing or giving us bits or doing any of that stuff, you instead take whatever you can spare. There is no expectation, and you give it directly to medical aid for Palestinians instead of to us, because we just play these little games on the internet and talk about Jojo Taro. Feels like there should be a way to mash those words together. I'm not going to try. But they will do very good and important things.
Well,
Yeah, what's up?
it's Jotaro.
Jotaro.
Holy fuck!
Did they do that on purpose?
Probably.
They must have.
Probably
They must have
not.
known.
It is
They
part
must have.
3.
Jotaro.
Joe.
I
Joe
need to
Taro.
write an essay
Joe Taro.
immediately. Sorry, I can't play. I can't play right now. I can't play.
It's gonna be kind of a short essay. I think it's like Joe and Taro together. Jotaro.
Jesus Christ.
That's the essay.
Q, you're a
Jesus
genius.
Christ.
You
Jason
are a
Bourne.
genius. That's incredible. Yeah, we give money to medical aid for Palestinians if you can. If you're gonna give money, please give it to them, not to us. To that end, we have hidden the subscribe button. Seek it at your own peril. We've replaced it with a donate button. If you do choose to find the subscribe button, we can't turn it off. We can't stop you from subscribing to the channel. Twitch does not give us that option. But just be aware that if you do subscribe, like if you have an Amazon Prime subscription included in your Amazon Prime account, that's free. It's free real estate. You should give it to somebody. You could give it to us. You don't have to. Just be aware the beloved Dimension Dungeon Master Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill a dog. He will kill one dog for every month you subscribe to this channel. So far, so good. Good day for dogs today, so far. But yeah, maybe just ask yourself if you can live with that and instead give money to medical aid for Palestinians. That's most of the stuff and the things. I heard a Brennan Lee Mulligan quote on TikTok this morning, and it made me cry. So that's where we are.
Aw.
It happens sometimes.
Are you going
It
to share
happens
it?
sometimes. I don't know if I can remember exactly what it is. It was the one where he's like, if someone told you they would keep you safe as long as you behaved, they were already harming you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He needs to not say those things.
Yep. He should stop saying those things.
No, he
Jesus,
shouldn't, because he's
actually.
fucking right.
No, I
He
mean
is
he
right.
is,
Jesus Christ.
but
She needed to
Jesus.
say it louder.
Yep. You good? Do we need a second?
You are 6
Oh, Steph. Oh, no. I spoke too soon. There he is. There's the motherfucker. Good question.
You brought this on us, Will, by sharing that quote.
I thought you were going to share the clip to the chat. I didn't think you were going to
I didn't have
just
the clip.
like.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyway, moving on from that. Normal moment. Yeah, so give money to my Lady Palestinians if you can, but you don't have to. You can just enjoy this game that we're about to play. Speaking of this game we're about to play, this is Class Reunion. This is a 5e homebrew isekai about a group of high school students from Ohio who've been trapped in a fantasy world for 10 years. And the adventures that they've been going on as they try to realize their epic destinies. And yeah, with all of that being said, that's pretty much the stuff and the things. So we can get into our introductions, which, as we all know, for this game, make no sense. The order does not make any sense. We start with JD.
I have to do that right after you shared that quote with us. That's fine. Hi, I'm JD. I'm playing Hunter. They are our ace agender ranger, and as always, everything is going so fine with them. They're doing great. They certainly do not have questions about the sand that just fell out of their boyfriend's pocket.
Hey! I don't know what you're talking about.
I think we all have questions about it. I'm just saying.
I don't know about that. I think I'm innocent here.
Are you?
Definitely.
Damn.
Definitely. Raph.
Hello. I'm Raph. I'm playing Max Miller. I'm playing a barbarian warlock, which doesn't make sense, except for it absolutely makes sense. Get it together. I'm innocent. What's wrong with having sand in your pocket? There's nothing wrong with that.
That's a strong argument. That's a great point. Okay, yeah, all right, that's it. Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia. Today I'm going to be playing Kelly Violet. She is our local cleric rogue hybrid, here to do some politicking. Has already been doing some politicking this in-game morning. Is a little torn about the whole sand in the pocket thing, because on the one hand, gave Max the thumbs up to go have that conversation. On the same token, did not give Max the thumbs up to bring some of that conversation with him. So a little torn by this situation.
It's just sand.
Sand, yes, but Sand did in fact summon a weird little freak who was biting people's arms off. And also summoned a weird little freak who turned people into demons and killed the little boy who has hero worship for you. And then you had to carry his candle.
You had to carry his candle.
Just Max thinking about Alec McMorrow standing in the corner.
Also,
Remember that guy?
Yes, frequently.
Bitch stole my seat.
So quickly.
So rude.
You just got up. That's
I
wild.
literally got up and she immediately jumped into it.
Okay, but have you considered that she is a child?
Yeah, that's her chair. What are you talking about? She's
Have you
always been sitting there.
Have you considered that Pepita has never done
Peppa?
anything wrong?
I'm gonna sit on you now.
No, we can't have a tragedy happen on camera.
She's scratching at me.
She looks
You gotta
ready.
get lost, honey.
She's like,
You gonna sit on all that thing? You sure?
yeah.
You gonna sit on all that
I'm
stuff?
going. I'm literally going. She's not moving.
She hasn't moved. She's still not moving. She's sitting like that. Girl,
No! What? Oh,
Move! I'm sorry. Continue. I'm just gonna deal with this.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. We can call for this session. We can call Kelly, Violet, Natalie, and Bruglia because she is a little torn. Moving on down the list.
You proud of yourself? You
A
proud of
little
yourself? Okay. Hi, I'm Q. Your favorite neighborhood cowboy maker. Today I'm playing a not cowboy, but an actual self monk that goes by Kira. He is not happy right now, which is probably fun. That's it.
Okay.
He doesn't care about the sand though, too. Right? Kira's on my side.
That's a statement to
I
make.
have a genuine
There are a lot of
question. I have a
important
real
things
quick,
going on.
genuine question. Has Kira ever been on Max's side? And that includes when they were teammates. Has Kira ever been on Max's side?
Once,
Yes, once.
and it's because we were both looked at each other with cringe when Ryan came into the picture. We were both like, "This guy sucks. This guy
That's true.
sucks."
I forgot about that. Kira's the only other person immune to his charms.
Yes, it's so true. So yes, there was one time.
There's one time. Which, to be fair, would you be on Max Miller's side?
No.
Me?
Anybody?
What?
Just a general question.
No,
Unfortunately,
on my
history
side.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, history has proven Kelly has in fact been on Max's side a couple times in
Yeah,
this game.
several times.
That's so
That's
fair.
fair. That's fair.
Hunter's on
So
Max's side.
Hunter is on Max's side.
Hunter is
Should they be?
at Max's side.
Ooh.
And yes, Q, you are correct. Should they be? No,
No.
they shouldn't.
No.
Are they? Yes.
All right, gang.
All right.
All right.
Remember that quote Will just hit us with?
Oh. All right, that's a little harsh for Max.
Oh boy. Well, hello. Hi, my name is Will. I'm your storyteller for this game. I said a Brendan Lee Mulligan quote, and now we're all hurting on the inside. But we're gonna play this game, and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be fun. I promise. When we left off, it was at a moment of particular tension because Max Miller had just been catching the rest of the group up on what he had been doing, on the fact that he had gone and spoken to Simon, Simon Bellamy. That's his last name.
Is that really his last name?
I think so, isn't it?
Is that what? I don't know. I trust
You
you.
made this NPC.
I made him, but I don't. I don't
I'm pretty
remember.
sure his last name is Bellamy.
Sorry, I just saw baby.
Ronan
Because, yeah.
needed to be tall.
Yeah, he does. He does actually need to be tall.
Yeah.
Simon, you went to speak to Simon, who is a former comrade, a former brother in arms, and that's definitely it from your Azure Knight days. And you had a little conversation. He was very helpful. And upon returning and imparting this information to the rest of the group, all of whom had been sharing some of their own information and sharing some of their own recent developments, a small amount of sand happened to fall out of your pocket, Max. And that was pretty much exactly the point where we left off.
You're not going to talk about Kelly making a deal? You're not going to talk about Kelly selling out?
I was just going to bring us right into the action.
We're in a moment.
All right. Sure.
First off, we're in a moment.
Yeah.
Kelly did say that she made a deal. She didn't say what she bargained for, but she full ass did say, "I made a deal with Marius. We got the votes."
Yep.
It's true.
It's true. Okay.
Don't
Can't fault you for
that. Anyway.
Also,
Oh,
you
that's
can hold it,
detective.
also you can't hold it against me because Max agreed before Kelly made the deal that Max wasn't going to hold it against Kelly.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I got you.
100%.
I believe I caught it.
Yes.
Oh, the sand?
Yeah.
Yep. You sure did.
He sure did.
That's how the rest of us noticed. Because
Just a little ladle.
you're just like, what's that?
What the fuck is this?
It's sand. The
drug?
No, what? I wouldn't carry that around with me.
Then what are you carrying around with you, Max?
I told you all that I went to go talk to Simon, and he kind of, I don't know, like disappeared in a swirl of sand, and so I got some. I thought maybe we could test it. I don't know, bring it to Mirden or something and see what he can do with it. Maybe it's something that will give us more information about the dreamer. I don't know. I put it in my pocket. I didn't have a jar with me. Pockets.
1, how do you
Next
have
best
pockets
thing.
in your armor? 2,
I'm wearing pants. I don't wear just a chest plate and then you see I'm wearing pants right now, right?
I wasn't looking down.
Kira looks respectfully up at your face at all times.
I was gonna say I'm always looking down, so
I think Kira's taller than Max, if I remember correctly. So.
You know, just a humble 6'10". No word.
Oh, that's fine. Max is 6'11" and a half.
So, is he? You sure?
That's crazy.
When he's wearing the right shoes.
Because I was feeling certain. I went back and it was 6'8".
I need any enterprising class reunion fan to go make a spreadsheet of all the times Rav has said how tall Max Miller is.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
It's just 54 episodes. It should be quick.
It'll be fine, honestly. So let's just. I want to make sure that I'm being clear.
Okay.
The strange entity that is your friend,
Simon.
the one that I don't care, the one that got Hunter's soul back,
Yeah.
right? But also
And
the one that
my body back.
There's also the one that kidnapped me.
Yeah. He's not perfect, that's for sure. He's far from, to be honest.
That's an understatement.
And you decided that you wanted to keep a part of him.
That's not what I said.
That's
I
what you
wanted to
did.
keep I wanted to take a piece of the sand that he used because he works for the Dreamer to see if we can test on it. I don't know. I don't know much about science stuff, but I figured Mirden might be able to maybe even track him or find out where the Dreamer is hiding, or I don't know. Is it bad that I brought something that could be helpful?
It could also be harmful.
It's just sand. As long as you don't rub it in your eyes, I think it'll be okay.
Did you make it fall out of your pocket like that?
No, but I mean, I just got up, so
But you
it could
said,
have.
but Max, you said that's what he turned into when he left.
He vanished in a sand. Yeah.
So that could be him. Could he be listening?
Should we ask?
Hey, Simone.
Hey, bitch.
It's time.
Fuck you.
Is there
Did you
is there
receive
Is there? Oh, stop.
You receive no response from the sand.
God. Well, okay. I was gonna say, is there like because we're like in a little like our conjoined little like studio conference room, right?
We're
like,
in my room. We're in
You're
Kelly's
in
room.
Kelly's room.
Okay, you have a little like coffee table or something, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I've got a desk. You can
Sure.
you can put it on the desk where I just signed my paperwork.
Great. Okay,
Put
great.
them over here. Put them over here.
Yeah, I Max walks over to the desk and just like reaches into his pocket and just turns it inside out and like pours the sand on the desk. And like, you know, Max starts taking his pants off to just shake the sand out of it.
I don't not.
He's like, you don't want it in my pocket. I need to get it out, right? So
Yeah, well, now I'm not going to be able to sleep in this room.
I'll.
I
Do they have vacuum? There's
Do
some
you
vacuum
think-
for that.
Do you think in the pocket was the problem we had with this? Is that where you... I'm just going to pour it onto the pile. I don't want it in my hand anymore.
There's a
There
water
is
basin
a
over there if
pile
you
of
want to wash your
sand.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
There's
wash.
a pile of sand on your desk, Kelly.
Cool.
It looks innocuous
Cool.
at first glance.
Can I roll like an art? What I got? Can I do a Arcana maybe something like that?
Does anyone have like detect magic?
I might actually. Let me double check.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I do.
that could work. Arcana could work. Investigation could work.
I think I'm bad at all of those.
It kind of depends on your approach here.
What do you have, Max? What do you have?
Hold on. Let me see. See what I got in here in this here spell book of mine. I got protection from evil and good.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I mean, but I feel like first we got to find out if it's something to protect from to begin with.
For sure. Yeah.
For sure,
I mean,
for sure.
Simon is kind of like both, right? So,
Evil and good.
yeah, a little bit. He's a complicated figure.
It's kind of like an anti-hero. to
The
be
enemy
honest.
of our enemy
Yeah.
being that the Dreamer, the Danan absolutely are terrified of that bitch.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
cannot be said. I'm gonna have to just roll Arcana.
What is my Arcana? Ooh, nope. Investigation? Nope. Is there anything else I can roll? What about intimidation? Can I glare at the sand and be like, Simon,
Yeah, give
if
me an
you're
intimidation
listening,
roll.
sick. I'll be like, I trusted you. I hope you're not listening to this.
23 on Arcana for Kelly.
Okay. I
To
just really want to
inspect.
wait to see how this intimidate check goes
Yeah,
because
that's
that's
a-
very pivotal.
That's a
Is
dirty
it?
20.
Is
It's a
it?
dirty 20. You glare at the pile of sand and what are you saying to it?
I get up really close and I say, Simon, if it's true, I didn't think about this. If you really are listening, or if anyone else is listening,
No, not that.
Simon, I trust, I put some trust into you, and I expect you to not eavesdrop on my conversations.
So tired.
And that's a dirty 20, baby.
That's a dirty 20. One of the like grains of sand like at the top like rolls like falls off and like rolls down the side of the pile and you're pretty sure it's shaking because it's so scared of
It's a
you.
beat of sweat.
Okay.
Just
Like
like
a beat of
sweat.
Exactly. Yeah. The sand is like nervous now. With a 23 Arcana check, Kelly, what exactly are you trying to figure out? Like if he could be listening through this, or like if this is actually a physical part of his body?
I think what Kelly's trying to establish is, so I've seen Kelly has been in contact with the sand, the drug, the sand.
Yes.
So I think part of it is she's trying to see how somebody who they themselves are made of sand,
Okay.
how that's different, and like what this can do, because like we know that the sand transformed and fucked people up.
Yes.
But
that's true.
Is this sand like, I guess the way it's like, is this sand physically part of Simon, or is this like the byproduct, the waste of doing magic for the dreamer.
Sure, fair. Yeah, when you like examine it closely, and you've seen plenty of the drug sand.
Yeah.
That stuff was like, it had kind of a reddish hue to it. As you examine it closely, it had kind of a reddish hue, and I think you remember it was like almost kind of warm to the touch, which is interesting. And this to you looks like regular sand. The pile that's on your desk does not have that hue to it. It does not have that like heat almost. It's just sort of regular, like yellowish, grayish sand.
And does it feel, is it soft or like gritty?
I'll say soft.
Like, okay. So kind of like something that like you would imagine in like a children's book, like the Sandman type of like.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
More than like real beach sand.
Right. Yes.
All right. And it is definitely, magical in origin, and this, that, the third.
Without like detect magic, I don't think that's easy for you to know, but
Okay.
it doesn't seem to be exhibiting any like unusual properties for sand.
Who has the, I think it's Kira who has it. It's Kira or Max. Who has the chalk for like the ward prisons?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, it's Max.
Kelly's gonna stand back up from the desk and point at it and say, lock it down. Lock it down with the ward.
Oh, yeah. Reaches into his pants that are crumpled onto the floor and pulls out the chalk.
So wait, you intimidated the sand without pants on?
In my boxer briefs.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing.
You're never mind. I'm not going to touch the fact that those boxer briefs have to be at least 10 years old.
Well, Max
He's patched him up. I saw.
No, I know he sews. I know.
No,
They're
Max has
handmade.
Max has made a line of boxer briefs for this work.
Max?
Didn't you
What
know?
you don't know is
that was a
yeah.
huge plot line.
What you don't know is that Max invented boxer briefs here and is going to become rich when he's like really old. And
no, what's crazy is Max doesn't even know he's invented boxer briefs here. That's something the Azure Knights also stole from Max when they chased him out. They chased out his patent for boxer briefs.
Right, yeah. Simon
Shit.
is credited with the invention of the boxer brief in this
Wow,
world.
that's crazy.
That's fucking dirty. Yeah, he draws like a really shitty, like, because I'm assuming the sand is not in like a perfect pile, so he just kind of like draws a weird, just trying to get every grain in there, and closes the circle up.
Yeah, and you feel that sort of like thrum of energy.
And then before anything else happens, Kelly's gonna turn to the group and just like do one of these, like out into the hallway. Let's
Pants.
go. You can, put your pants on. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, you leave the sand alone in your room and you go out into the hallway.
You don't want to take it to Mirrodin?
We will probably have to take it to Mirrodin, but until we can find something more secure to transport it in, it's probably safer to keep it there. Or we can get Mirrodin to come to it. I don't know.
Okay. That's fair. I think Max like side eyes Hunter. Gonna try to like catch the vibe.
You want to make an insight check?
Oh God. Yeah. Not very insightful. He did just get yelled at. 11.
Oh no, Max, Raph
Got
didn't even roll
scolded.
dice for us before the session.
I did
Oh,
it.
that's true.
Oh,
Hold
no, we're
on.
fucked.
It wasn't 11, but I'm just gonna go ahead.
It's an 11? Okay. I mean, what is Hunter's emotional state, and is Hunter trying to hide it?
I do not think Hunter is remotely trying to hide anything at this moment. The main emotion you're getting from them is like there was a bit of confusion initially, a bit of, I would say, anxiety when Max first mentioned Simon, then confusion with the sand, and now slight concern over the fact that the sand is here, but they don't seem upset with you, Max.
Not even about Max going and talking to Simon?
I was honest about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you were
think that's
honest.
the thing is Max has been honest the last few
Okay.
times that's happened, so I don't think they're upset at this moment.
Okay, fair enough.
Ellie, sorry. Just
Max,
real quick.
Max is being honest and open, and Hunter is being receptive.
And we want
And you know what?
reward
I did roll a nat 20 for Hunter. So
So there you go.
Wow.
there you go. While you were explaining
Wow.
all of that, it was beautiful.
Wow. What did the rest of us get?
Kira got a 4, Wayne got an 11 or a 7, Kelly got a 2, Hunter got a 20, and then Max got an 11, and your dice, which is just black on black, it just got a 12.
Okay, cool. All right. Nice. Second best.
So
That bodes
So
well.
Hunter's going to be
God
winning
damn.
today. That's what I'm taking from this.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think there's like as everyone was leaving, there was like a little bit of tension in Max's shoulder. Like he thought he was doing something to help, and then got scolded by everybody. But seeing that Hunter's not like mad.
Yeah, no, Hunter is like given that you got scolded, Max, like you can tell that Hunter is like, oh no, like what he's saying makes sense. Like this is fine. I understand where he's coming from. Like I'm
Cool.
kind of guessing Hunter is the most on your side with this of everyone at this point.
Okay, nice.
Does sort of feel that way, doesn't it? Okay. Incredible. Yeah, so you were out in the hallway, you sensed the vibe. What's the plan now?
So, what are we going to do about Ordain?
I don't know. The problem is we don't have enough proof to be able to do anything above board and legal about it.
Well, we know that he's working for the Dreamer.
We know that. But what do you have that can prove that?
I have some sand.
That's true.
I mean, what if he's communicated with?
Which could then be used to tie you to the Dreamer, because you are in talks with someone who's working with the Dreamer.
And I will just remind you that Simon said, yeah, he's kind of ours, but you can kill him.
Yeah, he's very expendable.
He's expendable. He's expendable to the Dreamer, which means.
Yeah.
But Simon was arrested when the first attack happened, and they knew that you had a relationship with him. You went and you talked to him. You and Hunter interrogated him. That's on the record. Ardain could turn that against us if we try to do this in front of the council.
All right. So are we just going to do then just get the votes? I know you said you have them, but
I have the votes for the war and for Ryan's approval to the council, so we don't have to worry about fighting the council and making Ryan a king. We're bypassing that. We're making it a non-issue. And we have the votes to turn the war into an all-out war, into a specialized, localized, we are going to just be going after the Dagda. But I don't have the votes as far as ousting Ardain. He's got his 2 allies that he's already got on that front. He's got his own vote. And that isn't part of the deal I made with Marius. And on that, I don't think he would support.
I mean,
whatever's happening in his house, we have to expose it. And in the act of exposing it, we probably will end up just... And that's a fight people can't walk away from.
we know he has Lindsay.
Oh, can't hear you, Q.
Seems like it.
Yeah, I mean, that was what the man that you tried to help, Max, that was what he said.
You know what's funny?
Is it actually funny?
I forgot that we have the dream spiders in our brains.
Oh. Rip it, baby. Slop that
Thank
down,
you.
dude.
Thank you.
Dude, crack one for the big boy.
Thanks, Will's mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Wolf Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
You know, we have the dream spiders in our heads. I forgot we can turn into other people. And I could
was
have just
thinking
been
about
Mance.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. But
This is certainly an option.
Would have to go get the one that Mirrodin has for Kira. I
And
don't know.
would have to let you put.
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, Kelly kind of like pivots, and it's like, did Wayne ever get around to telling you about?
No, already did.
Oh, do you have it?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've already got it.
Okay, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
what if
So
we're
we're all spidered up.
We're all spidered up.
You're all Spider-Man.
We're all Spider-Man. Spider people.
Right.
I was going to say, I'm not a man.
Yeah, spider people.
Good
Spider
job,
people.
Max.
Correct.
Good job, Max.
Wow.
Ally.
I like the idea that Max high fives himself while Hunter is standing right next to him, like holding up a hand.
Stunning.
I mean, is there something we can do with that? Could we maybe lead Mance somewhere?
Or we could pretend to be like the guy you helped. Like, we could just have you look like him and, bring in something to the household.
So there's two options. Yeah, there's the psychological option where somebody pretends to be Lindsay, and we'll see what that does to Mance, to see Lindsay out and about and in his sphere, puts whoever's pretending to be Lindsay at risk. But there's that.
I can do it.
I wouldn't mind doing something to hurt Mance.
Then there's also, so we have that option, and then there is also infiltration. I guess the question is,
Well, maybe. Don't touch the ground.
well, don't touch the ground, but I mean, you spent the day watching, the guard routes? We could pretend to be a guard.
Yeah, did we see guard rotation while we were in there?
You did get a pretty good feel for the guard rotation because you found an opening where you could make a run for it, and that's when you found out that you can't touch the ground.
Right.
But does the ground, was it that it like sensed intruders?
It was a maze spell, and it was a particular part of the yard. It was like around.
It wasn't like this person I do not recognize. Maze.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Mance.
That's a weird word.
Oh, maze. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. It was specifically the like paved part of the ground leading up to like the front entrance. Was the trap trigger, and it was you don't know exactly what set it off because you saw like guards walking on it, and it didn't happen. And then you tried to cut across like the lawn, and that was just when you got spotted by soldiers.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's when Kelly got spotted.
Yes.
She was in the
Sneaking.
grass. She just
And
got
how much, like how long was that particular stretch?
It was
the
long.
paved part. What's
Yeah,
distance?
it's pretty long. Why are you asking?
Because you were trying to sprint it.
I was trying
Yeah.
to sprint it.
Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to decide if I need to vault it.
I mean, theoretically, I guess that could be possible with like magic and stuff like that. But I would say it's like a couple 100 feet at least.
It's probably be easier to find whatever the guards are using to get in and out of the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, so-
I
I wonder if there's an underground entrance.
there's
Like
probably
that.
a chance to do both as well. We need to be able to distract Mance from his place or create some sort of diversion.
It's possible that even with a disguise, the place might.
The disguise isn't perfect. First off,
Yeah.
the disguise never was
Maybe.
perfect,
Might be recognized.
but it also is only surface level as far as visual goes. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a funny about because Max was like, we could just use the spiders to make ourselves look like mans, and I just pictured all like 4 manses.
So it is hilarious, Will, because I think like actually Hunter was about to be like, well, we could have one Lindsay or we could have multiple Lindsays.
Mm-hmm.
Just drive him insane with the. But yeah, so we could try to make him expose himself by making him lose it in front of people because of Lindsay having escaped. And that might draw the creature from inside of his house out, or it might not. I'm very concerned about what that thing is that you saw and saw you. You're mute again, Q.
I just did that to myself, and that's fine. I'm not upset about it at all. It's fine, actually. Yeah, it spoke to us. Important note that I thought people should know.
In your head.
Yeah, in our heads.
What did it say?
I see you.
Which means it will definitely not be affected by any kind of
Right, illusion. Yeah,
illusion.
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know if that was Mance or something else.
I guess we can actually find that out. We can go find out if Mance was here in the castle.
True.
Or if he was home.
Yeah, are you trying to like grab like a passing page, or is there something specific?
Yeah, I think Kelly will go and look for a page, and she's gonna say, I had a question for Councilman Ardain. Was he here today, or has he already gone home for?
Yeah. So I think yeah. I think you can actually grab like a passing page, just like sort of moving through the keep. And their uniforms. Their uniforms are very distinct and like easy to spot, so you can easily try to grab one of them. I think just roll me an investigate check.
Okay. That's a D12. I can't roll that. I mean, I can, but it won't give me an answer. That is a 15.
Okay, yeah, that's plenty. Yeah, you there's a page that's like passing by. You can grab him and ask the question if you want. And he sort of looks a little perplexed, but then replies without hesitation. No, my lady. I haven't seen Councilman Ardain for at least a few days.
Maybe we're in luck. Maybe he's already dead. I don't say that to the page. I wait for the page to walk away.
Well, the page will sort of say, it's not unusual. He's normally only seen around the keep when there's council business.
That's true. That's true. I thought, given that we were having a council meeting, he might have come through just to make sure things were in order. Do you know if he's in town, or if I needed to send a message, would he be in Kalefell?
The page looks a little confused because I think you can surmise why, and he says, I would assume that he is in town, given that there is a council meeting tomorrow. Perhaps he's at his home.
Yes, that does make sense. I'm just wondering when he got into town is all.
That I'm afraid I can't say.
All right, well, thank you. I think I might just wait and just have the discussion with him in person then. No point in wasting the paper.
Understood. And he will go back about his pagely duties.
Have we not... Callie, why don't you just go to his manor to talk to him? You could do it under the gaze of you want to discuss the meeting tomorrow, that you have important information.
I think it's too late.
In his guards.
I think it's too late for that to not be suspicious. The moon is out. It is nighttime. If it was earlier in the day, maybe, but the moon was out and distinctly not shining upon his grounds. So I guess, yeah.
I mean, politics can happen at any hour, right?
He'd probably feel more comfortable in the night anyway.
Given that he's a weird little wormy freak.
Simon said he was not a weird little wormy freak, specifically.
Yeah. He said it was something else.
Yeah.
And that he was expendable. Let me reiterate that. We have been given the go-ahead.
Oh, I want to reiterate. Simon said you should kill him repeatedly.
There's rarely consequences to him disappearing. He could just not show up tomorrow.
Again, this was a thing that was discussed, and I do just want to point out that the reason why just killing Mance has not been an option is because they will have to delay all votes in council business until someone new is appointed to his seat, and that could take a while.
All right, let's talk to Mirrodin.
Okay. I like the plan of becoming Lindsay and
psychologically tormenting him. Yes.
Yeah.
It's fair.
It's a fun plan.
It is a fun
plan.
A fun little silly goofy plan.
Yeah.
Either way, trying to get rid of Mance, that doesn't change the votes for tomorrow.
It stops the votes for tomorrow.
Right. But we don't want the votes for tomorrow to stop.
We do not.
We need Ryan on the council, and well.
The war.
Right.
The open seat.
The war is already happening. So if you delay taking control of the council, you delay stopping the war.
Yeah, I thought we were doing get Ryan on the council, barf. And then
Well, originally it was make Ryan king, barf.
But that would be
Die,
a harder fight to
like-
win. And
right, so get Ryan on the
Correct,
council,
correct.
barf, and then vote to stop the war or
Correct.
to cease. Both of those you've already obtained, Kelly, the votes for.
But they have to happen.
Right.
The votes have to happen.
And they won't if Mance is dead or doesn't show up.
they won't
Right.
if Mance doesn't show up until they replace him on the council, which opens up a seat.
Right.
It does.
So, to be honest, and
Which-
this truly pains me to say, we just need to make sure that Mance shows up tomorrow. That's it.
Because Mance not showing up or Mance dying does free up a seat, but it's going to take time and votes and debate before
If-
that seat is filled.
Unless we have someone who could fill the seat.
Right, but
But even
you'd still
then-
have to you still have to like convince. It's another vote
Yeah.
basically to politic.
Yes, but what I'm saying is if it's open, we don't have to have Mirrodin give his seat up.
That is theoretically true, but you'd still need to have everybody vote to confirm. So the thing is that basically what you're doing is Mirrodin is going to advocate his seat and give it to Ryan.
Yes.
So there's no vote needed for that.
There is. That was part of why I had to go talk to
No, there's a vote to confirm it,
yeah.
but in order to
Yeah, there's a vote to confirm it. What I'm saying is if Mance is not there and we have to fill his seat and we say, let's nominate Ryan to fill his seat.
Right.
That's Mirrodin's vote, my vote, Tamberly's vote, and technically I still get Marius's vote against the 2 council members who are already there, which would put Ryan on the council, which puts us at majority.
So you're saying we should kill him.
Which means even with after we make all the votes regarding the war, if Marius decides to go back to the other 2, that
You still
still
have
leaves us
the
with a majority.
So we have to kill Mance.
we get
But
to.
but here's the thing. But if it goes wrong in any way,
Right.
then there is the very true, very accurate, very real, undeniable fact that we are killing a political rival.
Oh,
Is that bad?
yeah.
kill-
that's-
to
I
kill a
think
pol-
that's
to kill a
bad.
polit- to kill a political rival and supplant him. Yes. Actually,
Okay, then the answer is let's not do anything. If Mance shows up, we win. If Mance doesn't show up, we win. Sounds like we can just get a nice deep rest.
we just have to make it through tomorrow morning, and then after tomorrow morning,
Then we deal with it.
then we deal
And
with
you
it.
deal with him.
We should
So just
still
to
tell.
check.
Hold on. Yeah. You do your check
So just to
because all
check
I'm. Yeah.
The plan is that you are going to go to sleep and wake up the next day, and the vote is going to proceed as normal. The council's going to meet.
Yes.
Okay. And then afterwards, you're going to figure out what you want to do with Mance and Lindsay.
Yes.
Yes.
But we are still going to tell Mirrodin
Sure.
all the shit we saw.
Yeah, that's so fine. That's so fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
so-
then maybe the old man can say, that guy, who should kill him, and then we'll do that. And it'll be fun.
Mirrodin?
Well, once Mirrodin is no longer a member of the council.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that is my question: is are you planning to? Is the plan? I know you said that you're just going to like deal with the vote tomorrow, and then you're going to decide what you want to do. But tomorrow, the plan is still that Mirrodin is going to give up his seat for
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Right. So Ryan is going to take his seat. Mirrodin is
Yeah.
going to be off the council. Is the
Yeah.
thought then that you go and kill Mance afterwards, and then Bearden takes Mance's seat? Because that is going to look suspicious.
No, I think
No.
I think we will have to accept whoever is nominated correctly and
Okay.
politically.
Okay.
Yeah, no. The only way we get Mirrodin on the council with Ryan is killing Mance tonight,
Now, right.
and we're not
Right.
we're not going to do that.
And no one would do that.
And no one would do that.
So we are going to go tell Mirrodin, hey,
Yeah.
this is a concern, and we are going to
Okay.
tell him we thought about it. We thought about killing him, but we will not.
And we won't.
We will not until we will not unless we are forced to. After when we try to. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We are going to tell him about him being involved with the Dreamer, him abducting Lindsay, him having a weird worm thing in his house, him having a weird maze spell. We're gonna give Mirrodin all the tea. He's not gonna want it. He's gonna be very.
We're telling him right
He's
now.
so tired.
Yeah, we're telling him everything.
Yeah, we're gonna tell him right now.
We tell him all the details. He has to sit there in his office, and he can't ignore us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. We can smash cut to Bearden's office, and he's sitting
Smash
behind his
cut.
desk.
Us walking up, and Kelly's like, and we're going to tell Mirrodin, smash cut. This is happening.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So we smash cut to the end of the conversation, so we don't have to
Yeah.
rehash the things that we have rehashed
Sure.
3 times now.
Yeah.
We're Mirrodin's
Bearden is
doing
behind.
that.
Bearden's
Yeah.
behind his desk, and he's doing one of these, just sort of rubbing at his forehead and at his temples. Okay. I mean,
There's also
generally-
sand on the desk.
It's trapped.
It's trapped.
Excellent. Generally speaking, I agree with you. War cannot be allowed to fester while we wait for someone to be confirmed to fill Mance's seat. Because plans are already in motion. They will proceed. By that point, it may be too late already, depending on what exactly the Dagda has planned for that.
And also, it would be politically unsportsmanlike.
Right.
I suppose. I mean, we haven't exactly been playing by the rules up to this point, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but we haven't killed a political rival yet.
Well, you're the only politician here.
I haven't killed a political rival yet. I did fight a political rival in the streets.
That's different. That's not what we're here to talk about.
And Mirrodin makes no such claim. He right. Very well. The vote will proceed as planned tomorrow. We will not have a king, but we will have the votes we need to put a stop to the war. And that's better than nothing.
Yes. And it frees you up to do other things.
As far as Mance's defenses are concerned, I'm somewhat confident that those are not the result of the Dreamer's meddling. And I believe that I could remove them. Or at the very least counter them.
Okay.
Even the
Great.
creepy figure who talked to us?
Well, that's not, no.
That's
but
not a defense.
As far as the maze, the labyrinth trap is concerned. Any other magical defenses that no doubt exist on his estate. I suppose what I'm saying is that I could clear the way for you. It would require a great deal of effort and power on my part, so I could get you inside. But then you would be on your own.
We could get inside, we could disguise ourselves, and we can do what we have to do, either strategically or violently.
To be honest with you, given a night to prepare, unless there are some defenses that I'm not prepared to counteract, again, is if he was under the direct protection of the Dreamer itself, which...
He's not.
Given your conversation, yes, it seems like he is not. I could simply teleport you inside.
That can't hurt.
It is for after the council meeting.
Yes.
Right.
Very well, as long as you're prepared to speak your piece and make a case for Ryan, which I will as well, of course, as I'm the one abdicating. And it's the best plan that we have.
All right. All right, everybody. I think we need a good night's sleep and to be careful.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So you're going to bed?
I'm going to stay behind.
Feeling
I
Raph,
gotta
I saw
figure
the
out-
look on your face.
I gotta figure out where I'm going.
So hey, funny story. So was I.
I was going to pull Hunter along with me.
So just Kelly is.
So
is
just Kelly
going to bed.
walks
So
out.
just Kelly is doing
Hunter
what?
starts
So
and
he's
everyone
like-
else just grabs them.
Kelly's thinking, she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go find my fiance and I'm gonna go to bed. Goodbye. Because I can't sleep in my room right now. There's possibly a man reduced to sand sitting on my desk.
Right.
So I'm gonna go find Edmund.
I give Kelly the chalk in case she needs it to undo the sand for some reason.
Okay.
Just figure you're the one who has a bubble in your room. So
Let me just make sure I note that down so the next time we need it, we know who's got it.
as soon as the door closes,
Yeah, Kelly,
Max-
Kelly just assumes everyone's coming with her. She's like, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.
you're the
Yeah.
thunk of the door behind you.
I
Max
don't even
immediately
think there's
turns
that.
it like it's
I know. I
It's-
don't even think that happens. I think like Kelly walks towards the door and Hunter's like, "All right, good night, everyone," and starts to follow.
Yoink.
yeah, you get yoinked back.
Yeah, I think Bearden looks up at you from behind his desk, the three of you that are still, and says, "What is it?"
We're killing him. Right? Kira.
Right now,
Hunter.
right now, we're killing him.
We're not doing it right now.
Did you ignore everything that I said?
No, I heard
About
you could
why?
teleport us right into his home.
And we can't kill him now because the war will start while they are trying to choose his successor.
Which is Ryan.
No. No.
No, Ryan is taking my seat. If Mads were to not show up tomorrow, you could nominate Ryan. But there would be a vote, there would be debates, there would be discussion, and the war will begin and continue. Other people will nominate their own choices.
We can't wait. Look, we can't. Sorry. We have to wait. We can't do
Yes.
this right now. Especially not without Kelly.
Yes, quite frankly, I don't understand the point of excluding her from this. She would
That's-
only be an asset.
Well, she doesn't want to kill a political rival.
But she wants to kill Mansar Dane. Is that why you stayed behind?
I was gonna try to get teleported and then
Okay,
kill
Well,
him.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to do that,
Hey, Max.
quite frankly.
Hey, Max, get the fuck out of here.
No.
Go to bed. Go
Why,
to bed.
why did you stay behind?
I have something that I want to discuss with Mirrodin. Get out.
Privately?
Get out.
Hunter's
Max
just
turns to
backing
Hunter.
towards Hunter's backing towards the door.
Yes.
You both had secret meetings. I get one now. Goodbye.
I haven't had a
you do-
secret meeting yet. I don't want one, but I haven't had one yet.
That's
Hunter
fine.
is going to bed, Max,
Hunter-
and if you don't escort them, then they're likely to be kidnapped again.
Don't do that. Immediately grabs Hunter's hand and just like walks out the door.
The track record is abysmal.
I'm going to make this quick. Because I don't particularly care to be around you. Sorry, no, that was uncalled for. I'm in a mood. Ran into one of mine here in the city. And I'm worried that there will be more.
I mean, there likely will be. Wartime continues. Your people were created by the Danan. At the time, there was never a war, per se. They didn't need soldiers because they controlled everything. They were gods. However, the Tuatha are loyal to them, by and large. And if they are to stir up violent sentiments, hatred, a desire for war, it would make sense to use the Tuatha.
Yeah. And even without the desire for war, there are problems.
Because they might hurt people, or for another reason?
Because they don't have the same fear. They have nothing to lose. It is all sensation.
That is true. What do you propose?
I would propose making sure that whoever stays in charge or handles things here keeps an eye out. Don't kill them if you can. I think there is a way to fix it, or at least help.
What do you think that is?
The spider.
The Dreamweaver.
Yeah. It's calmer in my head. It could be not smart. What is the relationship to creatures?
Symbiotic.
You joke. It's okay.
Symbiotic relationship.
Right. symbiotic.
It is a good plan, but there is a problem, unfortunately.
You have to have them. I know.
The mother, the being that spawns them, I know her. And she is no longer here. On
This play. Right. That does suck. It does.
it is my understanding that the entirety of what she supported your friends in accomplishing in Barrow was so that she could leave that place where she was trapped and go back to where she came from. And I believe that where she is now is where they come from.
Where is that?
Earth?
What?
Ohio? I believe that where she has gone is where your friends come from.
Okay.
For what reason, I don't know.
Okay. Well, then we'll figure something else out.
I think that he's quiet for a second and thinks about it, and he says, when all of this is over, if we survive, I assume your friends are going to want to go home. And if we can find a way to get them back there, then we might be able to find a way to get some of those children, Madame Siduri's children, here. And if that will free the Tuatha, that is a worthy endeavor that I will help you with. You have my word.
Okay. I'll try to be nicer.
I'm quite used to the way all of you interact at this point. Thousands of years old. It'll take more than that to hurt my feelings.
I can stay mean.
You will do as you will. Here.
That is right.
My purpose in being here is not to be liked or loved. It's to destroy the Denon.
That was incredibly sad.
It's been a very long time.
You can do both.
I did. Once.
Is that how we got Ryan?
Gives a little nod and says, I don't dream that I should be so lucky a second time. And I labor under no false pretenses that I am assured to survive what is coming. I cheated death once. For several centuries.
That makes two of us. I got turned into leaves. Well, as a fellow death defier, have a good night. Sleep. Doesn't look like you do.
I will do my best.
And I'm gonna.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you go to retire to bed.
Mhm.
And Mirden gets up from behind his desk, sort of paces the floor of his office. Leaves and goes next door to the room that is covered in the seals and the markings where he was training Max. And sits down in the center of the circles painted on the floor and begins to cast a series of spells.
Which ones?
He casts a series of spells.
Any chance we could be a little more specific?
Right.
It's for notes. I need to. I'm writing notes down, so I need to know.
Sure. Yeah. Any of you who are in the room, feel free to make an Arcana check.
Cool. I'm gonna make an Arcana check right now.
Yeah.
Hunter's like up in the corner of the ceiling.
Hunter's like.
But I think that is where we're going to take a break.
I swear to God.
And we'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go away. See you real soon.
Why didn't we kill?
Flaming Hot Cheeto Dust and Holy Mackerel, the Gospel According to Sardines.
What color is that?
Those are terrible flavors.
It is a milky, it's a pearlescent milky multichrome is the Gospel According to Sardines. I will drop
Milky
it.
chrome, eh?
Milky chrome, the Gospel According to Sardines.
I feel
Those
like
are
pearlescent is one of those. I feel like pearlescent is one of those words that you like only ever see in like romantasy books, like turgid.
Yeah.
Turgid.
You clearly don't work enough with fabric textiles.
That is
sewing.
very true. That's just true.
You clearly don't have enough whimsy in your life. Gotta start saying pearlescent.
Me?
You.
Yeah.
Me don't have enough whimsy?
That's what I said.
I'm drowning in whimsy, dog.
Are you?
So
Interesting.
So in their current Dust to Dust collection,
When's the last time you
they've
built a
got
fairy house, bro?
you
Sorry,
can
go
get
ahead.
nail polish with mother of pearl, cornflowers, spirulina, cochineal, I'm not familiar with that, bone, fossils, amethyst, citrine, hibiscus flower.
You said bone. You said
did
you
say
caught
bone.
my
I
attention.
was
with
waiting
bone.
for JD to say something.
Yeah, so the bone comes from Base Drop, Texas. They are
Is it
cattle
ethically
bones.
sourced?
Yes, that is
Yeah.
a big thing. That is a big thing
Okay.
about this nail polish company.
Where did they get the bones? Do they say?
Yes. They tell you where everything in this nail polish that's with the Dust to Dust collection, where there's things in it, they tell you where and how they got it.
Do they list the person's name or just like the
Is
location?
it like the initials nail polish that you were showing us earlier?
Is there a picture of the person or
Does it
No,
come
there's
with
no
like?
pictures.
Is it like when you buy organic food and they're like, "This is old Bessie. She's the
No.
one that you're eating tonight."
But there is a black that is made with actual coal, which is very interesting.
That's kind of sick.
There's one.
I see that.
There's one made
what
with
the
dill
fuck
weed.
are you doing? Like
What?
What?
That's sick. I love
Stop.
dill.
Fennel. They've got one with fennel,
That's-
strawberry, and dragon fruit in it.
That's rad. Okay, I'm in.
So it's an interesting little place.
Frodo is
Right up.
being ridiculous. And I'm gonna put it in the Ow. He was being gentle and then suddenly he stopped.
You bet.
I'm gonna put it in the pets channel in the Discord. It's just
Pets.
insane. I think you can see my feet a little bit, so Raph, buckle up.
Violence.
Like he wasn't doing it that hard, and then suddenly he was.
And then suddenly you stop paying attention to him.
Yes.
Gotta get you. What you gotta do is you gotta get pants made of like cat scratcher post.
Yeah. Well, that's what jeans are, obviously. We all know that. Before anybody gets on me for
Get some cat
wearing
scratcher
jeans, it's
post.
because I'm doing yard work after this. So,
Mm,
yes, it is too hot for jeans. Also, I'm doing yard work after this.
yeah, why are you wearing jeans for yard
I
work?
just said, Raph.
It's too hot. You said it's too hot, but that doesn't explain it, why you're wearing
It's
jeans.
too, yes,
the
it's too
jeans-
hot, but I'm doing yard work after this.
Are the jeans to
still
protect your
doesn't
leg
explain
from the
anything.
things in your yard?
You don't wear like long pants when you do yard work to like for bugs and stuff?
I'm a creature of the bugs. I
I've
don't
gotten
mind
too many
bugs on
ticks
me.
to have that attitude.
You
I've
don't.
had
You
too
can't
many
wear like
ticks on me.
old man socks. Isn't that better?
No,
for
I
the
do
heat?
both. I tuck the jeans into old man socks so that there's no gap for them to like crawl into. Like
I
I'm
forgot
riding a
you-
bike.
I forgot y'all have ticks over there.
See,
You sure fucking do.
the place where I
They're
here's
not-
the
they're
thing.
not
Here's the
fun.
thing. The place where I get ticks has always been in the most horrific places possible. So I don't even think
Yep.
about it on my legs because I don't.
Yep.
That's not where I get ticks.
Worst place I've ever
I get
had a
them on my
tick. I can't
eyelashes.
say on stream. That's fucked up. That's worse.
You ever just be laying there as a child and have to have your father looming over you with some tweezers to
No.
try to get a tick off of your eyelashes?
No,
I
that
hate
is a
that.
nightmare. Like,
Yeah.
are you
I
sure
hate
that
that so
actually
much.
happened and it wasn't just like a sleep paralysis demon?
No, I know exactly where it happened. I know exactly when it happened, and I know after that we watched Herbie the Love Bug because we were at my dad's girlfriend's house at the time.
Oh no. Oh no.
There are lots of things that happened to me that I remember very vividly, like the key in the
I
blister.
hate that for you. The what?
I got a blister
someone
on my
needs to
knee
invite
one time.
someone needs to invite a memory wipe.
Wait. Yeah, I think you need like a factory reset.
I think I got a blister on my knee one time, and I was complaining about it. We needed to go into the grocery store. My dad said, "Let me see it real quick," and so I showed him my knee, and he just reached over with his car key and popped it, and then he went, "Let's go."
Not with the car key. Mark.
And then we went and got our groceries.
I need to
Mark, at least sterilize a needle. What the fuck?
I need to talk to your father. I just want to talk to him.
He had surgery on Thursday to try to fix his toe because it wasn't healing.
I am hard pressed to think of money might be the only thing filthier than a car key.
Yeah.
I've gone on
That's
a whole rant about that actually, and yes,
Awful. That's awful.
Well, phone's probably pretty nasty.
Yeah, no, phones are disgusting. That's true. That's true.
Clean your phones, gang.
You should.
yeah. Well, listen, old white men don't lick their phones.
Do people lick their phones?
Do people
Nobody lick their
keys?
money.
Oh, they do
lick their
money. That's
goddamn
true.
money.
No,
They do lick
that's
their
true.
money. That's awful.
Oh yeah, when they do the
Yeah, that's freaking. That shit is nasty.
And it's the same. And it's the same gesture every time. They got the money. Even if they don't need to, they will lick their thumb and fan through it. And now you expect me to hold that shit? Fuck you. Fuck you and the car you rode in on. How dare you? Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
People would pull it out of their bras at the library a lot,
Yeah,
Why are
Which,
people
like-
giving you money at the library?
yeah.
paying late fees and
And
stuff.
ladies, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Actually,
usually
quite,
it's usually only like $1 or $2, which is not very much. But then they like reach
Okay.
into their like sweaty,
Uh-huh.
like,
yeah.
It's what-
sweaty dress and like
Especially
pull
because
out.
it happens
People
in the
did that-
summer.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
gonna say people used to
Yep.
do that at like I would watch people do that in the summertime at Publix
Mm-hmm.
to like the 16-year-old cash register person, and I'm like, why are you, ma'am? Please.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
not paid that well. Like
No.
you can't do this. Is cruel. Also, real quick question for you, Will. How do you get rid of library fees? Asking for not me.
Asking for not you.
Yeah.
You could probably just ask. To be honest with you.
Really, like without paying is what I mean.
Yeah, no, I mean, like we would, if someone was like, I really can't pay that or whatever, we would either like be like, okay, don't worry about it, or we would like cut it in half at the very least.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
I'll
also
pass along the
did-
message.
Like the chat is saying, we also did get rid of late fees at a certain point, but that was like the last like year or two that I worked there.
Here's the thing, though.
Out of curiosity, how high is these fees?
That is the
Over
question.
$100.
Yeah, ask them to cut it in half, or tell them that you can't pay that.
It's it's not me.
Right,
And
sorry,
know
yes,
that's not
tell
like
your friend.
It is me. I swear, it's not me. It's not.
It does sound a lot like it's you.
It is
but
very incriminating that I'm asking this and saying it's not me, but I promise you.
Raph,
You
you
should
could just
ask
say
your
that it's
friend.
Corey. Just
It's
throw Corey under the
Corey!
bus.
Corey! It's a Corey adjacent,
I
actually.
just feel like no one would ever charge Corey for anything. I feel like Corey just
It's
goes
true.
places and people give
Corey
him
would
things.
Corey would literally walk up and be like, "Hey, I know I have late fees. How much is it?" And they'd look him in the eyes and say $0. They
Yes,
say you're
yeah.
clear. You're
Yep.
good.
They
Yeah,
say
no.
what late fees?
They say what
I
late
don't
fees.
actually see any late fees on file. I'm so sorry.
What
no,
I
but
do see is that you need to show me more of that mustache.
just tell your friend, tell Corey to say
Tell
that they
Corey.
can't, like, they really can't afford to pay those fees, but they
Gotcha.
really want to, and they'll probably at least cut them in half.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, late fees are different in the UK, so that's not how they work here. And again,
okay, this
it's
is a
really, I
UK
swear to you,
friend.
it's not.
Okay,
It's not.
'cause
It's not
Wait,
me. I'm trying to help
aren't you in
somebody
the
out.
UK?
What?
Aren't you in the UK?
You can't
Yes.
dox people. Stop
We've talked
it.
about this before.
I know.
We talked about this before.
I know.
We mock the British every episode.
We do. It's true. It's part of. Listen, do you want me to tell you who it is?
I mean,
That
yeah,
was-
kind of.
I mean, I assumed it was Summers. I assumed it was Summies.
You think Summers goes to the library?
Maybe. No, he needs to collect things. He needs to hold things in his hands.
He's
I respect that.
He
Jimmy?
did recently buy this, and then he ended up getting another one for free because he was like, "Hey, you sent me a broken one," and they were like, "No probs, here's another." And so I have one now, and it's
Wait,
What the fuck?
what? Is that fucking iPod?
it's not a real iPod, but it is
Okay.
an MP3 player
Okay.
iPod. And I was like,
Okay.
"What do I do with this?"
So wait, did it not
He's
work,
like, "I
or did
already
he
have
just
one."
lie?
No, he was like, "Oh yeah, it's not updating," and they're like, "No problem, we'll send you another."
Okay.
He's like, "Great," and then he got it, and he was like, "I think it's updating now."
Oh, baby.
Are you
Think you're
done
gonna be good?
terrorizing?
Absolutely not.
He might be.
He gets it from your side of the family.
Frodo. What a baby boy.
He's a little baby
I wish
boy.
I could do that to Beba.
Can't because she's stinky.
She's
does
stinky
love-
and
he-
hates
yeah.
being picked up.
He smells really good. I just like pick him up and like rub my face in his belly all the time.
What does he smell like?
It's hard to describe. I don't know. Good. He smells good.
Thank you for
You
that.
know how like babies smell good, but you can't really like
Yeah.
describe the smell? It's kind of like that.
It's like bald men smell really good, like the top of their heads. Have you ever done that? You're just like shoved your nose in there. It smells really good.
Can't.
Learning a lot about Summers today and how you interact.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot next time I see him.
Yeah,
I'll be like, Summers, can you kneel down?
He might mind, but he won't say no.
That's awful.
That's the important part. As long as then you're good to go. Then you're good to go.
He'll do it.
He's gonna
Anyway,
make
can
me
we kill
I'll
Mance?
just- No. I mean, you can. I'm not going to stop you, but like so many people have told you not to do that.
You will get your chance. You just gotta wait.
You will get your chance.
Tomorrow night,
Kelly.
probably. Yeah. Hello.
We're going to start with you because the dawning of the next day, you wake up in Edmund's bed in the Barrow contingent of the Barrow wing of Calderon Keep. All right. You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
You're
And
done.
it's too hot and I'm sweaty, so now I'm like pasted in his hair. You wake up in Edmund's bed. Edmund is there, sleeping. You know that it is the day of the council meeting. Are you waking him up? Are you just going about your business? What is your plan?
I think she will wake him up enough to say that she's leaving, but
Okay.
she doesn't actually know if he has anything that he is like required to do for Marius before a council meeting.
Sure.
So she is waking him up and saying, "I have to go get ready for the council meeting," in case that statement reminds him he has to do something for the council meeting.
Right. Absolutely. He opens his eyes, blinks kind of blearily, like taking in your words, just sort of still half asleep. But when you say that you have to go and get ready for the council meeting, he pulls himself up on his elbows and sits up in bed, and he looks a little more awake, rubs the sleep out of his eyes, and looks at you and says, "Are you going to make more enemies today?"
I don't know if they'll technically be new ones, but it's probably not going to improve my standing with some people. But I don't think anybody knew.
He nods. I just before you go, I wanted to apologize for what I said yesterday about you keeping things. I know that this situation, you being on the council and me being part of Barrow and technically working for Marius, makes things complicated.
Yeah. A little. A lot, but we're figuring it out. And it won't be forever.
Things are changing a lot and quickly. You know that all of you are trying to make sure that everyone is safe and nothing bad happens. So I guess I just wanted to say, Kelly, that I trust you. And I don't need to know everything that you're doing or where you are or anything like that. And I trust you to tell me what you think I need to know.
And Kelly nods at that, and she leans over and she gives him a kiss, and she's like, "I promise I'm not going to keep things from you that are important. Regardless of you working with, for Marius, whatever. If it's important, I'll tell you."
He looks thoughtful at that and says, "You know, in a strange way, I feel like he wants to help you."
Yeah, sometimes I feel like that too.
I feel like every time you make a deal or give him an excuse to justify it, he's I don't know. Happier, maybe.
There are things about him that I can appreciate as an ally, as a, I don't know if I want to say friend, but I don't think
I'm not
he's
saying
evil or malicious, but I think he is just a little too self-interested for him and I to ever be really at ease with each other.
I think I think perhaps he is a bit evil. But sometimes it feels like he doesn't want to be.
I offered him a way out of some of those impulses that might not necessarily be his own, that might perhaps be related to his
The
condition.
vampire.
Yeah, the whole that thing. If he wants it, I'm not going to make him trade me anything for that. I'll just do that. But he has to want it.
I don't think he's ever going to take you up on it, but I think seems strange to say it, but I think you might be a good influence on him.
Well, piece by piece, chip by chip.
Just
No, go on.
just be careful today. I won't be there, but please be careful.
I will. I promise. I always am. I know it doesn't look like it from the outside, but I am, in fact, careful. I do really have to go, though. I have to go get ready.
I understand. I'll see you later.
Yeah. When it's done, after. She's gonna go deal with the pile of Simon's hand in her room. She's just gonna, like, go in and, like, throw the blanket over the desk.
Okay, all right,
He's
cool.
still in there, but she's just gonna, like, yeah.
Yeah, it does not look like it has moved.
I'm just gonna treat it like you treat a bird when you want it to go to sleep.
Cool. Yeah, blankets is one weakness.
Take that, Simon.
Fantastic. So, yeah, as you were getting back and starting to get ready, I feel like that's around the same time that everybody is starting to move around and start the day. Doesn't sound like anybody has anything that they want to do before the meeting, but correct me if I'm wrong.
We are
Making a face, Raph. You're making the face, I would say.
No.
Okay. All right. Proud of you. That's growth.
Hunter's got to be on, like, max duty.
Yeah. Hunter, famously good at saying no to Max. Yes.
Absolutely. It's so good
Absolutely.
with boundaries.
I think that, like, walking over to breakfast, Max just, like, turns to Hunter and is like, but are they saying no because I shouldn't, or are they saying no because they feel like they have to, but they're kind of saying yes? Do you know what I mean? Like, they can't say yes, but they're saying
I
no.
think so. I think so in terms of understanding what you mean. I don't think they're saying no like they're saying yes. I think they're saying no to say no.
There's just this feeling. There's just this like, but all right. If that's how you feel, if that's the read you're getting.
I mean, I'm not always good at reading people. Maybe you should ask Kira.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I think Kira will yell at me.
I don't know that you're wrong.
I don't like getting yelled at by Kira. I thought we had an anti-Ryan bond. An unbreakable bond.
You can still have the anti-Ryan bond, Max.
Even if he yells at me?
Unless he says he's breaking that bond is still there.
I have to find him now. You're right.
You were going to breakfast. Kira might be eating breakfast. That's your normal tradition here in Calderon. Was to go down to like the feasting hall where there's always like a big spread. Kira, would you be there?
We'll say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, Max, you walk into the dining hall and you see Kira sitting there.
Max just busts open the doors and goes, Kira! Bond?
Water.
A bond like water, ever flowing, so strong. Yeah. You
What
see
is-
like a little tear come to Max's eye. He just nods,
What is
looks
happening?
at Hunter, so happy.
What is happening right now?
Goes to absolutely take the entire plate of sausages.
Sausages, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. And carrots
What
for Hunter. Got 2 hands.
is one of you going to explain what that was?
I don't know what that was.
Okay.
What we have goes beyond words.
Okay.
Thank you for saying that. How'd you sleep?
As well as normal. You?
I didn't kill Mance.
Okay, so I want you to sort of sit where I am and think about.
Well, you're sitting there, so I can't. Do you want to scoot?
Think about it. Just
Do you want me to sit on your lap?
just ponder.
We're
Just
brothers
consider it.
now.
Imagine it. What is? Kira almost said something. You see Kira start to say something and then realize that it would not go well at all. Okay. Hunter, maybe you can translate of what is happening right this moment.
Max values his friendship with you.
This is nominal. Sausages and eggs. And the
Okay.
occasional carrot.
Okay, so didn't kill. One, stop saying it out loud right now. We are not alone, maybe, I think. Just sort of looking around the rest. Yeah. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't know what's happening here. I'm very confused by the energy. Is there something that we need to do today? That we need to do?
Is there something we need to do?
Kelly, you got back to your room
Yep.
in the morning and got dressed and got ready and everything, threw the blanket over, and then looked around a little bit and realized that like none of the others were around. Hunter, Max, Kira. Safe to assume they're probably getting breakfast. So, assuming you are going to meet up with them before your council meeting?
Yeah, I will go down there at least before the meeting. I will eat. Kelly has been, ever since Kelly's been human again, she's been eating more because, like, before it kind of felt like performative and going through the motions and just trying to keep masquerading about the fact that I am in fact a person. I am in fact alive. But now that she actually is, she's gotta eat.
Gotta eat.
So yeah, she's definitely going to go down and have breakfast before the council meeting. Can't be having a meeting and your stomach growling. So I think she gets dressed, gets the cloak for being, you know, the Stormhold representative and all that jazz, ready, and goes down for breakfast. So she walks in the middle of this already strange conversation.
Yeah, and you see, like, as soon as Kira sees you, you can see just like the full wide eyes, just like, help me. Full face.
Max is just stacking sausages onto your plate. It's good protein. You eat me, right?
Yes, I do.
Good. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not eating meat is fine too.
Thank you, Max.
Are you okay?
I think today is going to be a good day.
I agree. Good morning, Kelly.
Hi. How are we all feeling?
Max didn't kill anyone last night.
Nope. Not a single person.
I don't know.
Okay, good. So we all, I think that's true of all of us. I don't think I killed anyone last night either. I don't think Hunter, Kira, nobody
I hope
killed
I
anyone?
didn't.
You didn't.
Cool. Okay. Sweet. Good.
Yeah. Is there anything you need us to do while you're taking care of the political intrigue?
Yes, because unfortunately, unlike the last time, none of you can be present for this council meeting.
Right.
I don't want to raise any unnecessary suspicion about the Ardain compound, especially with what happened yesterday, and if you were seen. But I do think we should try to prepare. So if there's anything that you think we might need, Mirrodin's going to be able to help us get in, but he won't be there to help us get out. And I feel like we might need some kind of ripcord to pull. So,
Well, we have two objectives once we're in, right?
Lindsay and
SL KM.
I can't translate that.
Rescue Lindsay.
Save.
save Lindsay,
It's not
kill
or
Nance.
okay.
I
wait.
wasn't listening.
Anyway, I don't know if it would be worth it to go into town and get scroll skins and casters and those kinds of things. I don't know if it would be worth it to prepare for some kind of way out. I don't know if there's...
I wonder if there's a way for us to...
You good?
fuck Lindsay, kill Mance, marry Hunter.
Oh God!
Incredible.
I wonder if Mirrodin can like make us like a scroll of teleportation or something.
I think that if we were going to ask him that, that's something we would have had to ask last night because he will be at the council meeting. Which is why I'm saying maybe go into town and get a scroll skin. That's what they're called, right? We have not talked about magical items in a hot fucking minute, but I think that was the name that they had, correct? Scroll skin? Something.
Scroll skin was that's a thing from Barrow.
Yeah.
Like you can buy them elsewhere. But
Yeah.
yes, it is like a little permeable, almost like gelatin sheet with runes on it. And when you place it on your skin, it sort of sinks in and turns into a tattoo, which you can then cast a spell off of.
Yeah. We have not used one in a very long time, but they are
true.
around. And it is something
They do
that
exist.
maybe well, I guess the only other thing before we go do that is what kind of casters can use that spell? And are we even able to?
Like a scroll skin in general, or
Which spell
like
are
a
we talking about?
teleportation?
Teleportation.
Teleportation. That is an arcane spell for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know that any of you.
That's not.
Well, I think anyone
look it
can.
up.
I think anyone can cast from a scroll. It's just there are risks if it's not one on your spell list. Correct.
I believe that's true.
Teleportation
I don't know.
5e.
I don't know
Yeah.
how to run 5e.
Yeah, it's
so.
bard, sorcerer, and wizard. So none of us have it on our spell. None of the people who have magic have it on our spell sheet. So it would be a risk to cast it. Period.
Mirrodin told you that he could do it.
Yeah, but Mirrodin's not coming with us, isn't he?
But what about
To the Ardain house? No.
Yeah, he's getting us in. This is about getting out of the Ardain house.
correct?
That is fair.
But
Can Ryan do it? What's Ryan?
ugh,
Oh, yeah, actually,
Ugh.
Ryan could do it.
we
Ryan
don't need.
is...
We can't bring Ryan with us. That's too incriminating. But
That's Ryan.
It's going to be after the council meeting.
you want to, Kira, look me in the eyes. You want to bring Ryan?
I'm not saying that I want to bring Ryan.
There has to be a spell that one of us can use.
Okay, well maybe that's what you guys figure out while I'm in this meeting.
I'm not a caster. I don't do magic.
Ryan, I believe, is that fighter
Eldritch Knight.
subclass that lets you do magic.
Eldritch Knight. Okay.
Eldritch
Yeah,
Knight.
I believe Ryan is an Eldritch Knight.
So it can't help us anyway.
I love.
Where's Avalon? Hey, Avalon.
We could Dimension Door. I can use that.
I think an Eldritch Knight could do it, right?
What? Now you're just making shit up so that we have to take Ryan with us to the fucking
Well, the
mission.
question, the Eldritch Knight uses the wizard spell list.
Then technically,
So-
yes, it's on the wizard spell list.
Damn it.
But Dimension
Isn't-
Door you can use.
It brings us 500 feet.
How many
you
people?
and two people. It's Max and one other person.
It's a good backup to have. It's a good. Did Raph freeze or is Raph just being very still?
It's just being very still.
Okay.
Unusually still.
Okay.
I'm thinking I have to stop all body movement. Okay, all of it has to go up here. It all has to go here.
The opposite problem of a shark.
Also, real quick question: what were the things that we can do with the spiders? I have it written down physically somewhere. I didn't. I don't think I have.
can detect
Disguise,
thoughts.
yeah, detect thoughts,
And
disguise
disguise
self.
This guy self.
Yeah.
Just those two. And then
Can we disguise ourselves to be invisible?
It
No.
also lets you speak any language as if under the tongue spell, I think it is, or comprehend languages. I don't remember exactly, but
Interesting.
detect thoughts, I believe, is once a day.
One.
Disguise self, I believe, is at will.
it was different.
No, it was
they
detect
have-
thoughts is one charge.
There were
Oh,
four
Disguise
right.
self is
Yeah,
two
they have
charges or something like that.
Yeah, they have 4
That's right.
charges, and you can do
Yeah.
and then one is 1 and one is 2. So.
Yeah. I think detect thoughts was 1 and
Yeah,
disguise
detect
self
thoughts
was
was
2.
1, disguise self was 2.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you could do that twice a day, or detect thoughts
Multiple.
4 times a day, or disguise yourself once and detect.
I'll definitely detect thoughts on Mance during the meeting. Have we seen Mance today?
No.
What time is the meeting?
Not yet.
You better not fucking show up. I swear to God, I will drag his dirty diaper ass out of his house and I will make him vote.
Why?
Dirty Diaper ass is crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You know I'm right.
I mean, that doesn't mean you should say it.
Stuffs a sausage in his mouth.
Over breakfast? In front of my salad. Not the real salad, but eggs.
So, we got a plan, sort of, it sounds like.
What do you want us to do during the meeting? Just sit around.
No, during the meeting, I want you to prepare yourself for going into Mance's
Oh,
house.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Anything that we can use to help defend ourselves, anything that we could use to help us get ourselves out in an emergency.
And get L.
That might happen, yes, but prepare yourself. I would be more concerned about getting Lindsay out, and I'd be more concerned about whatever it was that saw Kira. Because you said that Simon said Mance is not a wormy being. Correct?
No, he's not. He's something else.
Right.
I don't think he's human anymore. You're laughing as if it's not a real potential.
I was laughing at Summers yelling at Danganronpa.
Oh, can you hear him?
I don't know if the chat can hear him, but yeah, we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He
he's
came
in the
through noise
finale.
gate, that's why I heard it. Yeah.
Oh. He's not even being that loud. He was really going at it earlier.
I'm just really
that came
passionate.
through. I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, lots of stuff is happening right now on the
That's fair.
stream.
That's fair. I think he's probably not human anymore. You're correct, which means we probably need to get things to prepare to fight something that's not human.
Right. Okay.
I mean,
I think we can do that.
ready. I'm ready to fight a non-human. I'm not gonna have anything else extra.
All right, then can you please make sure these two don't get
Yes.
into trouble?
Yeah.
What?
I don't get into trouble.
Water, like I'm what?
Well, Hunter, you don't get into trouble normally. However, we are until we get this vote passed through, we are at war with the Orn, and underneath from the neck down, if you recall, you're looking a little different. And I do not want people to panic and take their panic out on you until we get this vote passed. So you don't cause trouble
I
normally.
hadn't thought of that, but yes.
Yeah, but you are currently tense situation. We just need to make sure that nobody gets jumpy.
And by different, she means good.
Thank you, Max.
Hand you a carrot.
A sugar cube.
Sugar cube, he's trying
Some
to
oats.
Hunter
flat
takes it
sugar
off
cube.
your hand with their mouth.
Oh, okay. I'm eating here, please.
Never mind, not gonna say that.
I don't know that I should be here for that.
Yeah, I guess before Kelly heads off to the council meeting, how long does this last? Hold on, lads. Let me
How
check.
long does the council meeting last?
No, but also actually that would be good to know.
The council meeting can vary. It'll
The
be
council
over
meeting
quickly.
will last as long as it has to last to get a
Ugh.
decision
Yeah.
made.
That's the worst type of meeting. Okay.
Correct.
Correct. Facts.
Hold on, gang. Hold on. Okay. We're good. I guess before Kelly, like as Kelly's like stepping into the door for the council. I don't know if we're there yet.
I mean, I think we can be if everyone's.
Yeah. I mean, if we're good to just jump ahead to the council meeting, then yeah, absolutely, you can go in your separate ways.
I think we're good.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Well, then like as Kelly's about to go in, Max will extend a hand and rest it on her shoulder. It's Pride, so he rests a hand on her shoulder, and says, I just wanted to remind you, I promised you that I have your back, and I intend to keep that promise. And I am going to cast Protection from Evil and Good.
Ooh, that's fun. That's nice. That's concentration, right?
It is concentration for up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I can send you what that spell does.
Oh, I know what that does. Don't worry about it.
Okay, then, goddamn.
All right. So you're going your separate ways. Three of you are going off to kick your feet. And
Have a day on the town. Enjoy the city.
right.
Check on the horses.
Right.
Check on the
You're going
horses.
off to kick your feet, and Kira's going along to
Jumpy,
make sure
we
that
have
no
to
one
see
is on the other
Jumpy.
end of
Jumpy's
those
a
feet.
fucking
Yeah.
pervert. Jumpy is fucked up, dude.
What are we talking about?
The horse that watched Hunter and Max make out, and then also was there when Simon showed up.
And also, like,
Yeah.
had comments, had things to say.
You know, for sure. Kira's like, what are we talking about?
Explain.
Who's jumping?
Does Kira know the drama about when Simon showed up?
Has
Did
Kelly
Wayne-
not told him? Did Wayne
gonna
not
say, did
spill the
Wayne?
beans?
Wayne
Wayne's-
didn't think it was
Wayne-
dramatic.
Also, we were busy holding hands.
That's true. I don't know if
Oh
you can
my
hear him.
God.
I'm gonna close the door.
Sure.
Hold on.
I mean, it's fine.
He's
It was very
he's
funny.
Was very
Okay.
passionate.
He's heightened.
He's in the finale of the last game.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff is happening. He's very committed to this game.
And
He's
I
having
keep
a
asking
die.
him, I'm like, do you like this game? I mean,
He loves this fucking game. He has played nothing but this game for the past like 8 months.
I know. It's just a lot of the time I'm like, it doesn't seem like you like this game, yet you're playing all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, you leave Kelly at the door of the council chambers. Kelly, it appears that you have timed this such that you are one of the last council members to arrive. You look around and you see Leon Tamberley at the head of the council table. He looks like he has not really slept well. He has some like dark circles under his eyes that aren't normally there or haven't been there in the past.
Huh.
Mirrodin is there, of course, and he looks tired as well, but that's normal for him. Notably,
Mhm.
notably, the only person that does not seem to be there in the moment when you arrive
Don't.
is Mansardane.
I swear to God. We're gonna sniff the air. Where's his stink?
You're not there.
Yeah, neither is he, so I'm gonna find his ass. Let's
Can
go.
Can I, because we've had these discussions about the dreamer and everything else, can I intuit, is there a role I can do to try to suss out with Tamberley if this is stress related or if maybe someone has done something to him
Yeah,
that is
make an
making him
insight check.
Yeah. I would like to it's a fucking D12. I gotta stop.
Why do you have so many D12s?
I don't know. 16. 19.
You get the impression you think that he seems like fretful. He seems worried.
Okay.
Is that coming through? How?
A tiny bit.
Jeez.
A tiny bit.
It's soft. It's not as loud as it has been, but it is. I am hearing it.
It's mostly just every now and then we just hear. "Ah!"
Like there's no words. There's no words.
It's
It's
just
when a character he likes has been revealed.
Oh.
He's just very passionate, and
He's very passionate.
We love a man with hobbies. You
We
know?
do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you get the impression that Tamberly is probably just worried about Lindsay.
But his boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they never put a label on it.
About his boyfriend.
His boyfriend.
His boyfriend.
His boyfriend.
It's pride. Don't take this away from
Yeah.
us, Will.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Will. On
What
Pride?
the fuck?
Wow.
Damn, that's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow, dude.
Actually, during Pride, you telling me that I'm homophobic is homophobic. So,
Oh,
You
interesting.
denying. We never said you were homophobic. Those are the words you used.
It's
no,
true.
you said that.
Nope. Oh,
I-
wow. Gaslighting on Pride Month. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
fact
crazy.
that you are accusing me of gaslighting during Pride Month is gaslighting, and I will not stand for it.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
JD, you're closer than me now. So you
I
can
sure
go do
am.
me a favor. Go do me a favor and go slash those tires.
All right, on it. Talk to you later. Bye.
Not my tires again. My tires haven't not been slashed in months.
we thought you'd learned, well.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So if the other two members of the council who I have their names, the ones who are more
Miskin
Gale
and
and
Gale.
Miskin and Gale, do they
Fucking hate it so much.
It's
I don't
bad.
understand why.
It's bad.
do they
I
do
don't
they also
understand why.
It's bad.
character-
It just feels bad.
This character had like no personality or anything attached to them, and now they are just disgusting because of the reactions that you.
anyway? Do they look like they're surprised that Mance isn't here, or are they still?
They
kind of
don't
just
seem worried.
They
don't look worried. I will
They
give
don't
you
like
that
that.
for
You don't like
free.
that.
They're pulling some shit. Okay.
They look very casual.
They're taking it to the Okie Doke Ranch. Cool.
I think Kelly is gonna come around the table and she's gonna sit. She's gonna sit beside Marius.
He looks very well put together. He looks very calm and collected. He's wearing like a gay little cravat.
A gay little.
He looks so good.
He does. He looks so good.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You good? What is happening right now? I wasn't expecting the gay little cravat to be an AoE.
The gay little cravat wasn't an AoE, it was a domino. just Julie going,
Oh, I didn't know that part came through. Okay.
Yeah. Oh god, that was incredible.
I do forget sometimes how good this microphone is because I did totally that one time when we were doing Academy H and I just whispered to
Every
myself.
time you whisper, I hear it. You did it the other day too. I can't remember what you said. I think it was during the one shot or the villains game. I can't remember what you said. Anyway,
I forget it comes through all the time, and then I was like, "Did you say execute him?" And I was like, "Oh."
That was my favorite.
Anyway,
you sit down next to Marius, gay little cravat.
Kelly sits
Moving
next to
on.
Marius, gay little cavat. He's calm, cool, collected, dressed up, ready to go.
Yes.
Look to Mirrodin's looking like Mirrodin. Tamberly's nervous. No answer, Dane.
Gil
This
and
is
Miskin are just sort of chatting.
Mance called this meeting. Mance called a meeting. Yes. So he called this meeting. We're planning on doing things in this meeting of our own volition, but Mance called this meeting. So him being late is suspicious. I wonder if he's going to try to kill everyone in this room.
It's a possibility.
I think after a few moments, Kelly is going to look to Tamberly and say, we cannot call the meeting to order without Mansardane. I believe this was his meeting he requested. Has he sent any word about his lateness?
Sorry, Frodo's being so crinkly. Tamberly just sort of shakes his head and says, not that I was informed about, but, and then before he can finish his thought, before he can finish his sentence, the doors to the council chamber open. And the doors to the council chamber open, both sort of like simultaneously. They swing inwards. And through the door comes Mansardane. He looks confident, happy. But I think the thing that strikes you, Kelly, and probably everybody, you see everybody take note of this, you see like maybe the slightest widening of Mirrodin's eyes. You see Marius kind of like raise an eyebrow in kind of a more interested way than like a surprised way. Maybe Tamberly, not, his face is kind of an open book. His eyes are just sort of wide. Miskin and Gale seem unaffected, not surprised at all. The door's pushed open. Mance walks in, one hand on either door. Where his arm was missing below the elbow from his encounter with the huntsman, there's now a new arm. This one is made of some kind of almost like sickly greenish stone, like a jade or something. Seems to move almost exactly the way that his normal arm or hand would move. Maybe in a way that's almost reminiscent of Ergetlum, the silver hand that Kira is now in possession of. He steps into the room and says, now then, I apologize for my lateness. Shall we call the council to order? And that's where we're going to end this episode of Class
How
Review.
dare you?
No, homophobic.
No.
That is
Dare
homophobic.
you?
Normally, I would
No.
fight you, but unfortunately today I do have things I gotta do, so now I'm very
Yeah,
upset.
I owe it to everybody to end a little bit early this time because we did go long last time. So
This is homophobic, and I just want you to know that.
that's fair. This is a little homophobic.
There's a lot
It
of
is.
homophobic.
Mansardane.
This is
Mansardane
Wait until next
is
week.
homophobic.
Just like wait
We don't
Like,
play next week.
3 more days.
Next time you can beat Mansard Dame.
And we're gonna politically and then
You're gonna.
physically.
Physically. Oh yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna go ahead and
So mad.
sign off shortly. But before we do that, we're gonna go around and everybody's gonna tell you who they are and what they got going on. And then we'll see if there's anybody to raid. There usually is not at this time unless it's one of our friends.
We can.
I'll take a look. What's up?
I was gonna say Summers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my!
yeah.
Well,
if
actually,
we can go fast.
you probably could, but also his Twitch is completely fucked up. Like you
Oh,
can hear.
no.
It's almost like it's a podcast. You can hear everything. You can't see anything.
Oh no.
All right,
Something's
we're
wrong
gonna
with
do it anyway.
Twitch.
We're
Okay.
gonna do it anyway. It'll be fun.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Get ready for a
okay.
Danganronpa podcast.
Danganronpa podcast. Cool. We're gonna go around, do the thing like we said. JD, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. That was still homophobic, Will, and not letting us free Lindsay during Pride so that Lindsay could be reunited with his boyfriend, also homophobic. Just, for the record. Do you have anything to say about that, Will?
At this point, this is all up to y'all.
Mhm.
I was joking for a while where I was like, I don't know, are you gonna be able to rescue Lindsay? Like, is Lindsay alive? I don't know. And now there are other things that y'all are prioritizing, and I think that is probably the right move. But I'm not keeping you from Lindsay. You all are deciding not to go get Lindsay.
And this will be your last Pride Month.
You.
Homophobic. So anyways, as soon as I finish my outro, I'm going to be on the road to Will's house to slash his tires. Just putting that out there. Anyways, hi, I am JD. I do a lot of things at times, although I've been taking a bit of a hiatus. Tomorrow, I will be breaking that hiatus a little bit because I will be getting to do an early morning session of Redacted with Raph, where we're going to get to see what the mama and papa of the group have been doing since
Mother
one
and
of them
father figures.
supposedly died.
Mama and Papa.
I'll let Raph say more about that. We will give that to them. Next week, I will also be with the Bardic Inspiration Network on Wednesday for our Cyberpunk Red game. I will be here, theoretically, on Thursday for Never Ember's Enigma, where I play a little Changeling Rogue and something else hybrid that has never done anything wrong ever in their life. And then you can also find me in Academy H as currently Kaz, previously Diet Kaz, and potentially in the future, Wild Cherry Kaz. And then I do some other things, but I can't announce all of them. So that's it for now.
Is Kaz Pepsi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Crystal
no.
Kaz.
Oh, no.
Crystal Kaz.
That's awful. Hate that. Raph.
Yellow. I'm a ref. And I played Max Miller today. Sorry, I'm so sorry. And also, did you know it was homophobic what Will did this episode? And I hope you and deal with your crimes. What else do I have to say? Yeah. As JD said, I'll be back here tomorrow. What time are we playing? I thought I have it in my calendar for late. But if we're playing morning, that's fine too.
I had it in my calendar for 11, but we can be flexible.
We'll chat. Either way, we'll be back here tomorrow. I'll be here. And we'll see what Mama and Papa have been up to. I need to look back and check in on my children and make sure my babies are okay.
No.
And then I'll be back here. And then also a teaser was thrown out in the Entropy Emporium Discord, but there's a new game on Entropy Emporium coming out soon, question mark, called Star Shard. I will be in it, playing a sweet little anime boy named Fernando Leon. And we'll see where that goes. So yeah, that's, keep your eyes peeled for that. and then I'll be here. Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Julia?
Hi, I'm Julia. You can find me at Hexbot on all social media platforms. Today I have been Kelly Violet. Every other Sunday you can find me being Lyra Kroll in Academy H, except for when I am a handful of horrible little creations of my own divining in the fist system. I don't know. The Sorrows was truly my peak creation, but then I made Rusty Knife, and honestly, a delight, a joy. Every other Tuesday, I am here in the Sayer House 6 as Eve Vey, which is our Monster of the Week game. Eve is a searcher, and Eve is more okay with the current set of circumstances than she probably should be, to be so for real. Every other Wednesday, I am here for our Star Trek Gallant game, where I play First Officer Nyko Bard. We had a nice little beach episode to wrap up the very difficult failed negotiations we had. Unfortunately, it looks like my time with my Klingon doctor boyfriend is coming to an end because the Klingon Empire is doing Klingon Empire things. Every other Thursday, I am here for Never Ember's Enigma, where I play a Celestial Warlock, sweet little half-elf Lavinia Hale. Remember, ACAB does include Lavinia Hale. Everything I do here for LFTA. I live here, I die here. Goodbye.
Cute.
Oh boy. Hi, I'm Q, your friendly neighborhood cowboy maker. When you can't find me here, you can find me out on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's Midnight_INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I'm still making cowboys. One of those cowboys you can see is coming up Tuesday. Lord willing and the creek don't rise. On Nephilim Tenebris, where I'm playing Captain Omari Leda. And then later on in this month, we're going to be back at it with a few games. That's going to be They Call Us Villains over at Entropy Emporium, and Redacted, where we will have so many ghosts in our tiny little bodies. And the big one, because it's fucking psycho, starting tomorrow, over at Tales from the Table Studios, we are starting a Fabula Ultima series called Sundered Skies, where I'm playing Doc Sunny Valentine. He's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait for you all to meet him. There's other stuff coming down the pipeline. Eventually, maybe, probably. Who knows? But until then, goodbye.
And hello. Hi, my name is Will. I was your storyteller this evening. I was not homophobic, I don't think. I've already slashed my tires, so don't waste your time. Yeah, this was fun as always. When we get back, things are really gonna start heating up because we're rapidly approaching the end of our politics arc here on Class Reunion, and when that is done, there's nothing left but the finale. Moving into Endgame, gang. So yeah, that's keep an eye out for that. We're gonna keep on trucking, but we've been doing this for 3 years basically, and we're getting close. We're getting close to the end, and I know everybody will be relieved to not be doing politics anymore. Me too. All right, coming up this week, Tuesday night, as was previously mentioned, I will be running Nephilim Tenebris, a gritty near future sci-fi game where you can find Q and then a bunch of other great people playing. And Thursday night of next week, I should be back over in Entropy Emporium running God Complex, a Grow by Moonlight game about making corpses of dead gods into mech suits and fighting space kaiju, which nothing official yet, but I will tease that there is going to be a God Complex spinoff. There is going to be a God Complex cinematic universe over on Entropy Emporium. That's going to be starting up in a couple of months, probably. Still a ways out. Still very much in the early stages, but it's happening. Get excited. And that's pretty much it for me at the moment. I did check, and SummerStream is not even loading anymore, like as far as I could tell at all.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, like it's there. It's just it says
okay.
it's just yeah. But if you there, yeah, it's there.
All right.
There's one devoted person in there listening to it, and you can't watch it.
I couldn't even hear anything.
Well,
okay. Well, hopefully we could raid.
you don't have to.
Hopefully we could raid summers in the future when things are working correctly. But
Yeah.
I think today we are actually going to raid Rainbow Roll Fest, who are in the process of screening entries for their awards. A project that I worked on, Voices in the Wood. I was co-producer on that with Tales Yet Told, and the crew over there screened last night. So I don't know what's screening today, but it's there. Yeah, they're doing their awards. So we're going to hop over there and say hi, and you can listen and give your input and all that good stuff. You'll hear a lot of cool projects if you stick around over there. But I think that is going to do it for us here at Live from the Apocalypse. If you are not already following us, we really only use the one platform these days, Blue Sky, but you can follow us there. Or you can join the Discord community, which is a great place full of great people. If you want to know our birth tarot cards, that's the place to go to see them. And if you want to see my cat scratching the shit out of my leg, you can also see that there, and all kinds of other cool stuff. That is going to do it for us. So say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.